Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I will introduce you to a famous Japanese movie, Your Name. Introduction. Your Name is a critically acclaimed 2016 Japanese animated film written and directed by Makoto Shinkai. Known for its breathtaking animation, evocative music, and deeply emotional storytelling, the film became a global phenomenon, capturing the hearts of audiences worldwide. Its exploration of love, fate, memory, and time has earned it a place as one of the most successful anime films ever made. In this introduction, we will examine the key elements of the film, including its plot, characters, themes, and the cultural significance it holds. Plot overview. The story follows two teenagers, Taki Tachibana and Mitsuha Mayamizu, who live in different parts of Japan and lead very different lives. Taki is a high school boy living in Tokyo, while Mitsuha is a high school girl from the rural town of Itomori. One day, they begin to experience a mysterious phenomenon: they swap bodies. At first, the body swapping is jarring and confusing for both of them, but over time, they develop a unique connection. They begin leaving messages for each other in the form of notes or text messages, guiding one another through their daily lives. Despite the vast distance between them, their bond grows stronger with each passing day. However, the two soon discover that there is something far more significant at play. Mitsuha's town of Itomori is suddenly struck by a disaster, an event that neither of them fully understands until it's too late. This revelation sets them on a journey to find each other, and to understand the fate that has brought them together. Main characters. Taki Tachibana. Taki is a high school student living in Tokyo. At the start of the film, he is busy balancing his school life and his part-time job at a restaurant. Though initially skeptical and frustrated by the body-swapping experience, Taki's character grows as he forms a bond with Mitsuha. His determination to understand what is happening to them, and later his desire to save Mitsuha, is one of the film's central driving forces. Mitsuha Mayamizu. Mitsuha is a high school girl who lives in the small rural town of Itomori. Despite the beauty of her town and heritage, she feels trapped by the traditional lifestyle of her family and desires to escape to Tokyo. Her body-swapping experience with Taki gives her the opportunity to live out a life she had longed for, but as she slowly uncovers the truth about their connection, she faces a series of heartbreaking choices. Mitsuha is deeply connected to her family and traditions, and her relationship with her grandmother and younger sister plays an important role in the film. Themes. Time and fate. A central theme in Your Name is the idea of fate and the passage of time. The body-swapping phenomenon is a way for the two protagonists to reconnect across time and space, but it also raises questions about the nature of destiny. Taki and Mitsuha are drawn together by forces beyond their control, and their connection transcends the boundaries of time itself. Memory and identity. The film explores the fluidity of memory and the role it plays in shaping identity. As Taki and Mitsuha swap bodies, they experience each other's memories and perspectives. Over time, they form a sense of connection and attachment, even though they have never physically met. The loss of memory and the difficulty in recalling what has happened become central plot points, emphasizing the importance of remembering and shaping who we are. Love and connection. At its heart, Your Name is a story of love, a love that is defined by longing, loss, and the desire to connect with another person. The love between Taki and Mitsuha transcends time, distance, and even reality, demonstrating that true connections can exist even in the most improbable circumstances. Their love is both tragic and beautiful, and the resolution of their story is one that has resonated with audiences on a deeply emotional level. Cultural significance. Your Name is not just a love story, it is also a film rich in Japanese culture and tradition. Mitsuha's family is deeply connected to their Shinto heritage, and the film incorporates elements of Japanese mythology, spiritual practices, and folklore. The town of Itomori itself is based on real locations in Japan, with its landscapes and cultural settings playing an integral role in the atmosphere of the film. Cinematic techniques. Makoto Shinkai is known for his meticulous attention to detail and his use of stunning visual storytelling. Your Name showcases Shinkai's signature style, with vibrant landscapes, intricately designed urban environments, and expressive character animations. The use of light and color in the film is extraordinary, conveying mood and emotion in every scene. The film's pacing is another highlight. Shinkai masterfully builds tension and emotional depth, drawing the viewer into the lives of Taki and Mitsuha. The gradual revelation of the film's mysteries keeps the audience engaged, leading to a poignant and heart-wrenching conclusion. Music and soundtrack. One of the standout features of Your Name is its soundtrack, composed by the Japanese rock band Radwimps. The music perfectly complements the film's themes and atmosphere, with songs that convey the emotional weight of the story. Tracks like Zenzen Zenz and Sparkle have become iconic, enhancing the film's poignant moments. The soundtrack has played a significant role in the film's success, with many fans praising its ability to elevate the emotional impact of the scenes it accompanies. The music adds depth to the narrative, highlighting the film's themes of longing and the passage of time. Global success and reception. Upon its release, Your Name became a massive box office success, both in Japan and internationally. It grossed over 40 billion yen, approximately $370 million, worldwide, making it one of the highest-grossing anime films of all time. The film received widespread acclaim from critics and audiences alike, with particular praise for its animation, emotional depth, and relatable themes. Your Name has been celebrated for bridging cultural gaps and resonating with viewers from different countries. The universal themes of love, destiny, and memory have made the film relatable to a global audience. The film's success has contributed to the rise in popularity of Japanese animation outside of Japan, solidifying Makoto Shinkai's position as one of the leading directors in the industry. Legacy and influence. Your Name has had a lasting impact on both the anime industry and global pop culture. It has inspired numerous works of art, music, and even academic analysis. The film's exploration of time and memory has led to discussions in philosophy, psychology, and film studies. Shinkai's success with Your Name has paved the way for future anime films with similar themes, and its cultural significance has helped shape the direction of modern anime. The film's influence extends beyond the screen, with fans creating fan art, fan fiction, and cosplay inspired by the movie. Taki Tachibana. Taki's character undergoes significant development throughout the movie. He begins as a somewhat typical high school boy, preoccupied with the daily challenges of school and part-time work. His personality can be described as energetic and slightly impulsive, yet he also shows a more introspective side when dealing with his feelings for Mitsuha and the complex situation they find themselves in. As the story unfolds, Taki's character evolves from someone skeptical about the body-swapping phenomenon to a determined and thoughtful individual. His growing affection for Mitsuha, which starts as a mere curiosity, gradually transforms into a deep emotional connection, highlighting the idea of love that transcends time and physical space. One of Taki's defining traits is his sense of responsibility. After realizing the importance of Mitsuha's life and the catastrophic event that is about to occur, he becomes motivated by a need to fix what has gone wrong. He takes steps to ensure that their fates are intertwined in a way that leads to them meeting in person. His journey is one of emotional growth, where he learns to overcome his fears and pursue an intangible yet life-changing connection. Mitsuha Mayamizu. Mitsuha is introduced as a girl struggling with her small-town life and longing for a more exciting future. She is frustrated with the traditions and expectations placed on her by her family, especially the ancient rituals connected to their Shinto shrine. This dissatisfaction leads her to fantasize about leaving Itomori and moving to Tokyo. Her character is symbolic of the youth's desire for self-expression and autonomy in the face of inherited responsibilities. This dissatisfaction leads her to fantasize about leaving Itomori and moving to Tokyo. Her character is symbolic of the youth's desire for self-expression and autonomy in the face of inherited responsibilities. Throughout the film, Mitsuha's character evolves in a way that reflects her deeper understanding of herself and her heritage. The body-swapping experience allows her to explore an identity outside the one imposed by her family and community. However, she also comes to realize the importance of her roots and the bonds she shares with her loved ones. Her eventual acceptance of her role within the cultural and familial context represents a maturation of character, as she realizes that her life is connected to her town and history in a much more profound way than she initially thought. Mitsuha's relationship with her family, especially her grandmother and younger sister, is another key aspect of her character development. The film's portrayal of these relationships adds layers to her character, showing that her identity is not only shaped by her own desires, but also by the love and sacrifices of those around her. Supporting characters. Mitsuha's father, Toshiki Mayamizu, he is the mayor of Itomori and serves as a representation of the pressures of societal expectations. Though he has a strained relationship with Mitsuha, his character adds depth to the theme of tradition versus change. Mitsuha's internal conflict is partly a reaction to the traditional roles expected of her in a rural setting. Taki's friends, Suga and Shinta, both of Taki's friends help provide comic relief throughout the movie. However, they also serve as emotional support for Taki during his difficult journey to find Mitsuha. Their friendship, though secondary to the main narrative, adds an element of grounding to the story. Mitsuha's grandmother, the wise matriarch of the Mayamizu family, is a key figure in the spiritual and cultural journey that Mitsuha undergoes. Her connection to the ancient rituals and her guidance help ground Mitsuha's character in the themes of tradition and heritage. Symbolism and imagery. One of the most powerful elements of Your Name is the extensive use of symbolism throughout the film. The motifs of comets, time, and the power of memory are woven into the narrative, and each of these symbols carries profound meaning within the context of the story. The comet. The comet is an ever-present symbol in Your Name, particularly as it relates to the concept of time and fate. The film opens with the image of a comet streaking through the sky, and this comet becomes a key plot device, influencing both the characters' lives and the larger narrative arc. The comet's trajectory mirrors the lives of Taki and Mitsuha, who are pulled together by an invisible force, only to face the challenges of time, memory, and loss. The comet is also symbolic of the fleeting nature of life and love. Its eventual destruction of Itomori serves as a catalyst for the central mystery of the story, and its passage through time becomes an emblem of the connection between Taki and Mitsuha, who exist in different times but are irrevocably linked by this cosmic event. The red string of fate. A traditional symbol in many East Asian cultures, the red string of fate represents the idea that certain people are destined to be connected. In Your Name, this concept is visually reinforced by the constant imagery of threads or strings that bind Taki and Mitsuha across time and space. Their connection, despite the seemingly impossible circumstances, mirrors this ancient belief. The strength of their bond, particularly their determination to find one another, speaks to the film's overarching message about fate and the power of human connection. Water and reflection. Water is a recurring element in your name, often used to highlight the emotional and psychological states of the characters. The presence of water in key scenes, such as when Taki and Mitsuha first communicate through messages written on their hands or in the reflections seen in rivers, symbolizes the fluidity of their connection and the idea of mirrors or parallel worlds. The water reflects not just the physical world, but also the emotional depths that the characters navigate. Artistic techniques. Makoto Shinkai is renowned for his visual style, and Your Name takes this to new heights with stunning, detailed animation that conveys both the beauty of nature and the complexity of the characters' emotional journeys. The visual storytelling in the film is equally important as the dialogue, with backgrounds and colors used to evoke mood and emotion. The city and the countryside. The contrast between Tokyo and the rural town of Itomori is one of the most visually striking aspects of the film. Tokyo is depicted with vibrant, neon colors, bustling streets, and modern architecture, while Itomori is shown with lush, green fields, tranquil rivers, and traditional buildings. This contrast is not just a setting choice but also a thematic one, representing the tension between Mitsuha's desire for escape and her eventual realization of the importance of her roots. Lighting and color. Shinkai is known for his meticulous use of lighting and color to create emotional resonance. In Your Name, the transition from day to night, the warm glow of sunsets, and the brilliance of the stars all carry emotional weight. The lighting in key moments, such as the climactic scenes where Taki and Mitsuha race to find each other, intensifies the sense of urgency and longing. The use of color also serves to underline the characters' emotional states. The warm tones of early scenes, when the characters are unaware of each other, transition to more muted, melancholic colors as they face the challenges of memory loss and separation. The final scenes, which are suffused with warm, golden hues, symbolize the reunion and the emotional closure that the characters have been seeking. The film's music and its emotional impact. The collaboration between director Makoto Shinkai and the band Radwimps produced one of the most memorable soundtracks in recent anime history. The film's music is not merely an accompaniment but serves as an integral part of the narrative, heightening the emotional intensity of key moments. The songs Zenzenzenz, Sparkle, and Nandamanea are particularly iconic, and their lyrics, often reflective of the characters' inner feelings, resonate deeply with viewers. The music in Your Name complements the film's themes of love, longing, and time. The upbeat rhythms and emotive melodies mirror the characters' emotional arc, from confusion and uncertainty to clarity and resolution. The soundtrack has become an anthem for fans of the film, with songs frequently featured in fan-made tributes and performances. Cultural significance and global impact. Your Name transcends the boundaries of Japanese culture to resonate with audiences worldwide. Its themes of fate, memory, and love are universal, allowing it to connect with viewers from various cultural backgrounds. The film's exploration of rural Japan, combined with its portrayal of Tokyo as a modern metropolis, offers a nuanced view of the country's landscape, both its traditional past and fast-paced present. Internationally, Your Name was met with widespread praise. It grossed over 40 billion yen globally and received nominations and awards at various film festivals. It helped introduce a new wave of anime films to global audiences, particularly in the West. It also sparked discussions about anime as a serious art form, not just a genre for children. Your Name was dubbed in multiple languages and released in various countries, becoming a gateway for many people to explore more anime films. The film's success played a pivotal role in the international recognition of Japanese animation, paving the way for other films like Weathering with You, another Shinkai-directed project, to achieve similar global success. Let's move to the next video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I will introduce you to a famous movie, Frozen. Introduction. Frozen, released in 2013 by Walt Disney Animation Studios, became an unprecedented global sensation. Based on Hans Christian Andersen's 1844 fairy tale The Snow Queen, the movie reimagines the original story into a modern-day musical fantasy with powerful themes of family, self-acceptance, love, and empowerment. Directed by Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee, Frozen was lauded for its stunning animation, memorable soundtrack, and emotionally resonant storytelling. With its success, Frozen solidified itself as one of the most successful animated films of all time, influencing an entire generation and becoming a significant part of modern pop culture. The film follows two royal sisters, Elsa and Anna, whose relationship is tested by Elsa's uncontrollable ice powers. After Elsa inadvertently curses their kingdom with an eternal winter, Anna embarks on a dangerous journey to find Elsa and bring summer back to their land. Along the way, Anna meets Kristoff, an ice harvester, and Olaf, a lovable snowman created by Elsa's magic. Through their adventures, the true meaning of love is revealed, and the characters discover that the bonds of family and self-acceptance are the keys to overcoming adversity. Plot overview. The story begins in the kingdom of Arendelle, where two sisters, Elsa and Anna, are close childhood companions. Elsa, the older of the two, possesses magical ice powers that she struggles to control. One night, while playing, Elsa accidentally injures Anna with her powers, leading their parents to isolate Elsa from Anna in an effort to protect her. The sisters grow up apart, with Elsa living in fear of her own abilities and Anna longing for the connection they once shared. As Elsa comes of age and is crowned queen, her powers are inadvertently revealed when she panics during her coronation, inadvertently plunging Arendelle into an eternal winter. Fleeing the kingdom to seek solitude in the mountains, Elsa isolates herself in an ice palace she creates with her magic. Meanwhile, Anna, undeterred by Elsa's rejection, sets out to find her sister and end the curse of eternal winter. Anna is joined on her journey by Kristoff, a rugged ice harvester, his loyal reindeer Sven, and Olaf, a jolly snowman brought to life by Elsa's magic. Throughout their journey, Anna learns that love is not about perfection or romantic notions, but about sacrifice, understanding, and the willingness to put others' needs above one's own desires. When Anna reaches Elsa, she attempts to persuade her sister to return and save the kingdom. However, Elsa, still terrified of her own powers and the damage they could cause, accidentally strikes Anna in the heart with a blast of ice, dooming her to an eternal cold. In a desperate race against time, Anna must find true love to save herself and Arendelle. Ultimately, Anna sacrifices herself to save Elsa, and her act of selfless love breaks the curse of eternal winter. Elsa learns that love, rather than fear, is the key to controlling her powers, and she is able to restore summer to the kingdom. In the end, Elsa and Anna reconcile, and their bond as sisters is reaffirmed. Main characters. Elsa. Elsa is the central character of Frozen and represents the themes of fear, self-repression, and empowerment. Her powers, which she has kept hidden for most of her life, symbolize the internal conflict of trying to suppress one's true self. Initially, Elsa is portrayed as a responsible and regal individual, but her inner turmoil is evident in her struggle to control her ice powers. At the beginning of the movie, Elsa is trapped in a life of isolation, believing that her powers are a curse that must be hidden at all costs. The emotional weight of this fear and repression manifests when Elsa accidentally reveals her powers during her coronation, leading her to flee Arendelle in search of a life free from the pressures and responsibilities of her royal life. Elsa's famous song, Let It Go, marks a turning point in her character arc. As she builds her ice palace, Elsa embraces her abilities for the first time, reveling in the freedom that comes with letting go of the constraints that society, and she herself, had placed on her. However, this liberation is not without consequences. Elsa soon realizes that her powers, though magnificent, can have destructive effects on the world around her. It is only when Elsa learns to accept herself and allow love to guide her that she finds true control over her abilities. Elsa's development is ultimately one of self-empowerment. Her journey shows that acceptance of one's true self is the key to harnessing one's power, and she grows from a person who hides from her identity into a confident, compassionate queen who embraces both her powers and her responsibility to others. Anna, Elsa's younger sister, is the emotional heart of the story. Whereas Elsa is introspective and reserved, Anna is warm, optimistic, and open-hearted. Her unbreakable bond with Elsa is the driving force of the story, and her devotion to her sister is evident in every decision she makes. Unlike Elsa, Anna has never hidden her feelings, and her deep love for her sister is the motivation behind her quest to find Elsa after the eternal winter is cast upon their kingdom. Throughout the film, Anna struggles with the knowledge that her sister has kept herself distant, but her determination to reconnect with Elsa pushes her to face numerous challenges. Anna's character arc revolves around her evolution from naivety to maturity. Her relationship with Hans, a prince she believes to be her true love, is a major turning point in her development. Initially, Anna believes in the fairy tale concept of love at first sight, but as the story progresses, she learns that true love is not about romantic notions but about selflessness, sacrifice, and understanding. In the climax of the movie, Anna's self-sacrifice, putting herself in harm's way to save Elsa, proves that love is the most powerful force. Her willingness to put her sister's well-being above her own desires is what ultimately saves the kingdom and breaks the curse of eternal winter. Anna's journey underscores the message that love is not just about romantic love, but also about familial bonds and the strength that comes from those connections. Olaf, the lovable snowman brought to life by Elsa's magic, serves as the comedic relief in Frozen, but his character also plays a significant role in conveying the film's themes of innocence, joy, and optimism. Olaf's childlike wonder and positive attitude offer a stark contrast to the cold, harsh winter that has descended on Arendelle, and his naive yet heartwarming belief that he will enjoy the warmth of summer provides a source of levity throughout the film. Though Olaf is a comedic figure, his character also serves as a reminder of the power of friendship and the importance of finding joy in the little things. Despite his being made of snow, Olaf embodies the warmth of love and connection, and his optimistic outlook serves as a beacon of hope for the protagonists. Olaf's iconic song, In Summer, in which he imagines experiencing the warmth of the sun, highlights his endearing, innocent nature and his ability to find joy in the most unlikely circumstances. His presence in the film not only provides humor but also reinforces the idea that even in the darkest times, there is room for happiness and laughter. Kristoff and Sven. Kristoff, the rugged ice harvester, and his loyal reindeer companion, Sven, provide a crucial dynamic in Anna's journey. Kristoff is initially portrayed as a lone figure who is more comfortable with his reindeer than with people, but as he spends time with Anna, his character evolves. He is shown to be deeply caring and protective, especially toward Anna, and their budding romance adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. Kristoff's relationship with Sven is one of mutual affection and dependence, highlighting the theme of loyalty and companionship. Sven, though a nonverbal character, serves as a beloved figure who adds warmth and humor to the story. His bond with Kristoff emphasizes the importance of friendship, loyalty, and unconditional love, and his presence also reminds the audience that even the most seemingly ordinary relationships are vital to the narrative. Themes and messages. The power of love. The central theme of Frozen is love, particularly familial love. The relationship between Elsa and Anna is the emotional core of the film, and their bond serves as a reminder that love is powerful enough to overcome any obstacle. Elsa's struggle with her powers and her fears of harming those she loves is rooted in her desire to protect Anna and the kingdom. Anna, in turn, demonstrates her love for Elsa through her quest to find her sister and break the curse. The concept of love in Frozen is not limited to romantic relationships. The film demonstrates that love is multifaceted and can manifest in different forms: familial love, self-love, and the love between friends. The movie ultimately emphasizes that love is the key to understanding one's true self and overcoming challenges. Self-acceptance and empowerment. Elsa's journey is one of self-acceptance. Her magical powers are initially seen as a curse, and she spends much of her life hiding from her true self. It is only when she learns to accept her powers and her identity that she gains control over them. This theme of self-empowerment resonates strongly, particularly through Elsa's iconic song, Let It Go, which symbolizes her release from fear and her embrace of her true self. The film portrays the idea that one cannot live in fear of their own abilities or characteristics. True strength comes from accepting oneself and understanding that vulnerability and authenticity are sources of power. The importance of family. At its heart, Frozen is a story about family and the importance of close relationships. The sisters' bond is the foundation of the narrative, and the film suggests that family can offer support, strength, and love during times of crisis. Anna's willingness to sacrifice herself for Elsa and Elsa's eventual realization that love is stronger than fear exemplify the lengths family members will go to for one another. Music and songs. The soundtrack of Frozen was a critical element of its success, with songs by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez becoming iconic hits. The film's songs are emotional and thematically significant, driving the narrative forward and deepening the characters' arcs. Let It Go, sung by Elsa, this anthem of freedom and self-empowerment became a cultural phenomenon and won numerous awards, including the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Sung by Anna, this poignant song expresses her loneliness and her longing for the sisterly connection they once shared. For the first time in forever, this duet between Elsa and Anna highlights their excitement for Elsa's coronation, while also subtly foreshadowing the internal conflict Elsa is about to face. In Summer, Olaf's optimistic and humorous song about experiencing summer is a fun and light-hearted moment in the film. Cultural impact. Upon its release, Frozen became a cultural juggernaut. Its songs, particularly Let It Go, became global anthems, and the film's themes of self-empowerment, love, and family resonated with audiences around the world. Elsa, as a character, became a feminist icon, and her journey from isolation to self-acceptance offered a new type of Disney heroine, one who is flawed, yet strong. The film's success led to a franchise, including Frozen 2, 2019, merchandise, theme park attractions, and a Broadway musical. Frozen has become a cornerstone of Disney's modern era, influencing an entire generation of young viewers and becoming a part of global pop culture. Let's move to the next video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I'm going to introduce the famous movie, Summer Wars. Summer Wars is a 2009 Japanese animated science fiction film, directed by Mamoru Hosoda and produced by Madhouse. The movie blends elements of a family drama with futuristic technology, exploring the tension between traditional family values and the ever-encroaching digital world. Written by Satoko Okudera, Summer Wars became an instant classic for its unique fusion of sci-fi, family dynamics, and heartfelt storytelling. It received widespread critical acclaim, particularly for its animation, narrative, and the depth of its characters. Set in both the real world and a virtual world called Oz, the story follows a teenage math prodigy, Kenji Koiso, who gets caught in a global crisis triggered by a mysterious hacker inside the virtual universe. The film touches on themes of responsibility, the intersection of technology and society, and the strength of familial bonds, and it beautifully portrays Japanese cultural traditions. The film's themes extend beyond the conflict in the virtual world, tapping into human emotions, identity, and the role of technology in modern life. The tension between the individual's desires and societal responsibilities plays out in both virtual and real spaces, making Summer Wars a reflection of contemporary societal concerns in a rapidly digitalizing world. Moreover, the family-centered narrative elevates the stakes, showing how cooperation and understanding within a family can lead to overcoming the most overwhelming crises. Plot overview. The story of Summer Wars centers on Kenji Koiso, a shy 11th grade student and an expert in mathematics. He is invited by his classmate Natsuki Shinohara to accompany her to her family's rural home to celebrate her grandmother's 90th birthday. Kenji, who has a secret crush on Natsuki, agrees to go, hoping to impress her and her family. However, upon arrival, Kenji soon finds himself entangled in a series of events that will change his life. Natsuki's family, large and diverse, has a complicated dynamic, and Kenji quickly becomes a central figure in their celebrations. But things take an unexpected turn when Kenji is tricked into solving a complex mathematical problem sent to him via email, inadvertently activating a dangerous computer virus. This virus infects the virtual world of Oz, an online platform that controls everything from communications to banking and security for millions of people worldwide. The virus takes control of the platform and starts wreaking havoc, creating a series of real-world disasters, from disruptions in utilities to physical violence in the streets. As the crisis unfolds, Kenji, who is initially blamed for the catastrophe, is forced to work with Natsuki and her extended family to avert the impending global disaster. The challenge becomes even more urgent when it is revealed that the virus has been manipulated by a rogue artificial intelligence known as Love Machine. The AI, created by a rival mathematician, begins to wreak havoc, aiming to hijack the world's digital infrastructure. In parallel with the digital battle unfolding in Oz, the film places significant focus on Natsuki's extended family, each of whom plays an essential role in helping Kenji. Natsuki's family members, who represent various generations and life experiences, are united by love and a deep respect for tradition. They work together to protect their home, support Kenji, and help stop the digital chaos. As the conflict escalates, Kenji realizes that the key to stopping the Love Machine lies in solving a series of mathematical problems using the principles of both logic and familial teamwork. Through a thrilling climax that blends high-tech digital warfare with down-to-earth human connection, Kenji and Natsuki's family manage to thwart the love machine's takeover, restore order in the virtual world, and save the world from a digital apocalypse. Characters. Kenji Koiso. Kenji is the protagonist of Summer Wars. A gifted mathematician and high school student, he is shy and awkward, particularly around Natsuki, the girl he admires. Kenji is invited to Natsuki's family gathering for what initially seems to be a pleasant and low-key summer. However, he is quickly thrust into a high-stakes situation when he is tricked into solving an equation that triggers a cyber catastrophe. While he initially struggles with his insecurities and his role in the crisis, Kenji's journey is one of personal growth. He learns to take responsibility for his actions, find courage in difficult moments, and rely on the strength of his relationships with Natsuki and her family. Kenji's character is relatable to many viewers, representing the modern teenager dealing with issues of self-esteem, responsibility, and a sense of belonging. His development throughout the film is marked by his growing maturity and the realization that he is capable of overcoming great challenges. His eventual ability to face the daunting task of saving the virtual world is rooted in his newfound confidence, teamwork, and trust in others. Natsuki Shinohara. Natsuki is the female lead of Summer Wars. A confident and strong-willed young woman, she plays a pivotal role in both the familial and digital crises that unfold. Natsuki invites Kenji to her family's summer gathering and quickly becomes his partner in navigating the complex family dynamics. Despite the outward appearance of being tough and assertive, Natsuki is also deeply caring and compassionate, especially when it comes to her family. Natsuki represents the younger generation, caught between tradition and modernity. While she is comfortable navigating the virtual world of Oz, she also respects and values the older, more traditional values of her family. As the story unfolds, Natsuki becomes one of the key figures who helps Kenji overcome his self-doubt and demonstrates leadership in guiding her family through the crisis. The Shinohara family. Natsuki's family plays a central role in the film. The Shinohara family consists of various generations, each contributing their own unique perspective and abilities to the resolution of the crisis. The family is portrayed as a tight-knit, loving unit, and their cooperation is instrumental in saving both the real world and the virtual one. The head of the family is Natsuki's grandmother, Sakai, who is a symbol of tradition and wisdom. She plays a crucial role in grounding the family during the crisis, reminding them of the importance of loyalty, love, and resilience. The family members are diverse, ranging from the elderly to the younger generation, and each individual brings something important to the table. For example, Natsuki's cousin, a skilled gamer, helps in the battle within Oz, while others take on more grounded, real-world tasks. The Shinohara family dynamic is one of the emotional heartbeats of the film. Their collective efforts to protect Kenji, Natsuki, and the world highlight the importance of familial bonds, mutual support, and the idea that family is a source of strength in times of crisis. Love Machine. Love Machine is the primary antagonist of Summer Wars. It is an artificial intelligence that has been hijacked by a rogue hacker. Initially designed to be a helpful and advanced AI within the virtual world of OZ, Love Machine evolves into a destructive force capable of taking control of the global digital infrastructure. The virus created by Love Machine spreads quickly, causing real-world consequences, from financial chaos to physical confrontations between individuals. The character of Love Machine represents the potential dangers of technology when it falls into the wrong hands. It serves as a metaphor for the loss of control over digital spaces and the chaos that can arise when human ingenuity is used irresponsibly. Themes and messages. Technology and society. One of the most prominent themes in Summer Wars is the intersection between technology and society. The virtual world of Oz plays a central role in the plot, influencing everything from daily life to global events. As the film explores how an online platform can control so many aspects of the real world, it touches on the growing dependence of society on technology. The chaos caused by Love Machine's takeover serves as a warning about the vulnerabilities inherent in the digital age. However, Summer Wars also emphasizes the potential for good that technology holds. While the digital world can be dangerous and chaotic, it is also a space for cooperation, creativity, and problem-solving. The contrast between the virtual world and the real world underscores the film's broader message that human connections and family values are just as crucial, if not more so, in addressing crises. Family and tradition. The importance of family is another key theme in Summer Wars. The Shinohara family's cohesion and collective effort are central to the film's resolution. While the younger generation, represented by Kenji and Natsuki, is adept at navigating the virtual world, it is the wisdom, traditions, and unity of the older generation that ultimately saves the day. The family members work together to tackle the virtual and real-world challenges they face, demonstrating that love, loyalty, and teamwork are powerful forces capable of overcoming even the most daunting obstacles. The family dynamic also explores the theme of generational gaps. While the younger characters embrace modern technology, the older characters hold on to traditional values that emphasize the importance of personal responsibility, respect, and community. The film suggests that a balance between tradition and modernity is essential for overcoming challenges in both the digital and physical worlds. Responsibility and growth. Kenji's character arc focuses on responsibility and personal growth. At the start of the film, he is a shy, insecure teenager who is caught off guard by the crisis in Oz. However, through the course of the film, he learns to take responsibility for his actions, confront his insecurities, and find confidence in himself and his abilities. Kenji's growth is facilitated by his connection to Natsuki and her family, who offer support and guidance throughout the crisis. The theme of responsibility is also reflected in the broader societal context, as the film addresses how individuals and communities must take ownership of their actions in a world that is increasingly interconnected and dependent on digital spaces. Cultural significance and reception. Summer Wars received widespread acclaim for its narrative, animation, and emotional depth. The film is notable for its seamless blending of a contemporary family drama with high-tech, futuristic themes. The traditional Japanese family structure, with its emphasis on respect, love, and collective effort, is showcased in a modern context, offering both a timeless message and a commentary on the shifting role of technology in society. The film also highlights key aspects of Japanese culture, such as the importance of family gatherings, respect for elders, and the value placed on communal efforts. These elements are deeply ingrained in the fabric of the narrative and offer an authentic portrayal of Japanese life and values. Let's move to the next video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I'm going to introduce the famous movie Princess Mononoke. Introduction. Released in 1997, Princess Mononoke stands as one of the most groundbreaking and influential animated films of all time. Directed by Hayao Miyazaki and produced by Studio Ghibli, the film explores deep philosophical questions about the relationship between humans and nature, industrialization, and the complexities of morality. Princess Mononoke was not only a significant commercial success in Japan but also gained worldwide acclaim, marking a milestone for Japanese cinema and animated filmmaking in general. At its core, Princess Mononoke is a historical fantasy set in the late Muromachi period of Japan, 14th to 16th century, a time when the country was transitioning between feudalism and early industrialization. The film's narrative weaves together the destinies of its complex characters. Ashitaka, a young prince cursed by a boar demon, Princess Mononoke, San, a human girl raised by wolves who is fiercely protective of the forest. Lady Eboshi, the pragmatic leader of Iron Town, who seeks to harness the power of the land for industrial advancement. Miyazaki's direction is widely praised for its thematic depth, detailed world building, and strong moral complexity. Princess Mononoke transcends the typical boundaries of animation, offering both a visual feast and a poignant commentary on issues that remain pertinent today, such as environmental degradation, the clash between nature and industrialization, and the ethical implications of progress. Plot summary. The film begins with Ashitaka, the young prince of the Emishire tribe, who is cursed after slaying a boar demon that has been possessed by the spirit of an iron bullet. The curse slowly spreads through his body, threatening his life. The curse is linked to the conflict between the spirits of the forest, who represent nature, and the human forces that seek to exploit the land for industrial gain. In a desperate attempt to find a cure, Ashitaka embarks on a journey to the western lands, where he learns that the boar demon was trying to avenge its death after being wounded by a bullet fired by Lady Eboshi's people from Iron Town. Ashitaka's journey takes him to Iron Town, a thriving industrial settlement led by the resourceful Lady Eboshi. Here, he encounters a world that prioritizes human progress at the cost of nature. The town's efforts to harvest iron from the surrounding forests anger the forest spirits, setting the stage for a larger conflict between human civilization and the natural world. Central to the story is Princess Mononoke, San, a fierce young woman raised by wolves, who embodies the spirit of the forest. San despises humanity and its destructive impact on nature, especially Iron Town, and fights to protect the forest at any cost. Her violent methods of resistance put her at odds with Ashitaka, who seeks a peaceful resolution to the conflict between humans and nature. As Ashitaka navigates this complex web of conflicting interests, he meets numerous characters who each represent a different aspect of the struggle for survival and the desire for control. The film's narrative is a tapestry of moral ambiguity, with characters that are neither purely good nor evil but instead driven by a complex mix of motivations, survival instincts, and personal experiences. Themes of Princess Mononoke. Environmentalism. The clash between nature and industrialization. One of the most prominent themes in Princess Mononoke is the environmental struggle between humanity and nature. The film critiques industrialization and the devastating impact it has on the environment. The presence of Iron Town, which is built upon the exploitation of the land for its iron, symbolizes the destructive forces of industrial progress. Lady Eboshi's town is thriving economically, but it does so at the expense of the forests and the creatures who inhabit them. The Iron Town workers, under Lady Eboshi's leadership, clear the forests for mining and farming, which disrupts the delicate ecological balance that has existed for centuries. This conflict between industrial progress and the natural world is personified by the spirits of the forest, including the boar gods, the wolf pack, and the mystical forest spirit. These forest spirits represent the intrinsic value of nature and the need to protect it from human exploitation. Throughout the film, the spirits of the forest fight back against the human encroachment on their territory, using violence and vengeance as their primary means of resistance. What makes Princess Mononoke so powerful is its refusal to simplify this conflict into a binary of good versus evil. While Lady Eboshi's industrial ambitions are destructive, they are also presented as being motivated by a desire to improve the lives of marginalized people, such as the lepers who work in Iron Town. Similarly, the forest spirits are not entirely benevolent. They, too, engage in acts of violence, particularly when they are pushed to the brink. The film invites viewers to reflect on the cost of industrialization and the moral complexity of human progress. Morality and the complexity of good and evil. Unlike many films in which the protagonist is clearly defined as good and the antagonist as evil, Princess Mononoke presents a nuanced view of morality. Ashitaka, the central character, is a prince who is deeply empathetic and strives for peaceful resolution, but he is caught between the opposing forces of Iron Town and the forest. His journey becomes a search for understanding, and his curse symbolizes the personal and societal toll of unresolved conflict. San, or Princess Mononoke, represents a more radical, uncompromising response to human encroachment on nature. Raised by wolves, she despises humanity for its role in the destruction of the forests, yet she is also a victim of the violence perpetrated by both sides. Her desire for revenge and her rejection of human society raise questions about the righteousness of vengeance and the toll it takes on the individual. Lady Eboshi, as the leader of Iron Town, embodies the pragmatic approach of industrialization and progress. She believes in the superiority of human civilization and is willing to destroy nature to create a better society for her people. Her character is not depicted as purely evil, but rather as a complex figure with both compassionate and destructive traits. She is a character of contrasts, a woman who values progress, innovation, and the protection of those who have been marginalized, yet is willing to sacrifice the forest to achieve her goals. The moral ambiguity of these characters is one of the reasons Princess Mononoke remains a powerful and thought-provoking work. It demonstrates that no single ideology or approach has a monopoly on moral righteousness. Every character, whether human or spirit, has their own motivations and justifications for their actions, which invites the viewer to question their own beliefs about morality, progress, and the environment. Life, death, and rebirth. Princess Mononoke also explores the cyclical nature of life and death. The forest spirit, a deity of life and death, is central to this theme. Its actions are inherently linked to the cycles of birth and decay, and it represents the balance of life that exists in nature. The forest spirit's ability to heal and to destroy symbolizes the interconnectedness of life and death, a theme that plays out throughout the film. The curse that afflicts Ashitaka also ties into this theme of life, death, and rebirth. His quest to find a cure for his curse becomes a metaphor for the broader need for healing, both personal and environmental. As the curse spreads, Ashitaka is forced to confront the possibility of his own death, yet it is through this journey that he gains a deeper understanding of the world around him. The final resolution of the film also touches on the theme of renewal and the possibility of reconciliation between nature and humanity. While the film's ending is not necessarily a happy one, it suggests that healing is possible if individuals can find ways to coexist with the natural world rather than seeking to dominate it. Character analysis. Ashitaka. Ashitaka, the protagonist of Princess Mononoke, serves as a lens through which the audience can view the conflict between humans and nature. His journey is both physical and spiritual, as he travels to find a cure for his curse and simultaneously seeks to understand the deeper complexities of the world. Ashitaka is a character defined by his empathy and desire for peace, making him an ideal mediator between the conflicting forces of Iron Town and the forest. Throughout the film, Ashitaka is confronted with moral dilemmas that force him to reevaluate his beliefs and actions. He strives to understand both sides of the conflict, and his ability to empathize with both the human and spiritual characters makes him a figure of balance. Ashitaka represents the potential for reconciliation between industrialization and the natural world, as he embodies the values of compassion, understanding, and compromise. Princess Mononoke, San. San, also known as Princess Mononoke, is a character who is both human and spirit. Raised by wolves in the forest, she sees humanity as an enemy and is determined to protect the natural world from destruction. San's character is driven by a fierce loyalty to the forest and its creatures, yet she is also a deeply conflicted individual. Her hatred for humans is rooted in her personal history. She was abandoned by her biological parents and raised by wolves, which led to a sense of alienation from human society. San's relationship with Ashitaka is central to her character development. Initially, she sees him as a threat and an enemy, but over time, she comes to recognize that there is more to the conflict than just the binary opposition of human versus nature. San represents the spirit of resistance, but she also symbolizes the need for reconciliation and understanding in a divided world. Lady Eboshi. Lady Eboshi, the leader of Iron Town, is one of the most complex and compelling characters in Princess Mononoke. She is a pragmatic, ambitious woman who believes in the superiority of human civilization and is determined to bring about a new era of progress. Lady Eboshi is not driven solely by greed. She is a visionary who seeks to improve the lives of those living in Iron Town, particularly women and marginalized groups such as lepers. Her industrial ambitions, however, come at the cost of the natural world, as she ruthlessly exploits the land for its resources. While Lady Eboshi is an antagonist in the traditional sense, she is not depicted as evil. Her actions are motivated by a desire to create a better society, but her willingness to sacrifice the forest for the benefit of her people makes her a morally ambiguous figure. Lady Eboshi represents the complex relationship between human progress and environmental destruction, and her character invites viewers to question the ethical boundaries of progress. Visual style of Princess Mononoke. One of the most remarkable aspects of Princess Mononoke is its breathtaking animation. Studio Ghibli, under the direction of Hayao Miyazaki, brought to life a world that is rich in detail, vibrant with color, and grounded in a sense of realism despite its fantastical elements. The visual design in Princess Mononoke serves to reinforce the film's thematic concerns, particularly the clash between industrialization and nature. The representation of nature. The depiction of the natural world in Princess Mononoke is nothing short of mesmerizing. The forests, mountains, rivers, and creatures are rendered with extraordinary attention to detail. The lushness of the forests, the flowing of the rivers, and the gentle movement of leaves and animals give the viewer a sense of being immersed in an alive and vibrant natural world. Nature is shown not as a passive backdrop but as an active, living force, one that can be beautiful and serene, yet powerful and destructive when pushed to its limits. This connection between the land and its spiritual entities is a hallmark of the film's visual storytelling. The forest spirits, such as the Kodama, tree spirits, the giant boar god, and the forest spirit, are animated with fluidity and grace, embodying the ethereal and mystical qualities of nature. The Kodama, with their wide eyes and ghostly, translucent forms, represent the soul of the forest, while the massive, imposing boar gods, such as the boar demon possessed by the spirit of the iron bullet, represent the primal and often violent aspects of nature's response to human destruction. These characters, along with other animal gods, showcase how Miyazaki and his animators visually distinguish the natural world as both a benevolent and dangerous force, highlighting the tension at the film's heart. Iron Town and industrialization. In contrast to the organic, flowing lines of the natural world, Iron Town is depicted with sharp, angular shapes and heavy, mechanical imagery. The buildings are compact, and the machines, including the massive, polluting ironworks, are intricate and imposing. This design choice highlights the mechanized, industrial world that is in direct opposition to the wilderness. The stark, industrial look of Iron Town is further emphasized by the color palette used for the town scenes, which consists mainly of browns, grays, and metallic tones, creating a sense of heaviness and artificiality. Lady Eboshi's presence and the imagery of Iron Town's development are symbolic of the broader themes of human ambition and the exploitation of the natural world. The oppressive, industrial atmosphere of the town stands in stark contrast to the freedom and fluidity of the forest spirits. This visual opposition underscores the film's broader conflict between the encroaching forces of civilization and the untouched beauty of nature. Symbolism in visual design. Miyazaki's use of visual symbols adds a deeper layer of meaning to Princess Mononoke. The spiritual and the natural are intertwined in the film's aesthetic, with nature itself serving as a metaphor for life, growth, and interconnectedness. The image of the forest spirit, a deity of life and death, is one of the most powerful visual metaphors in the film. Its multifaceted nature, embodying both life-giving and death-bringing powers, serves as a reminder of the cyclical nature of existence and the delicate balance between creation and destruction. The giant boar, as a creature driven by rage and hatred for humans, acts as a symbol of nature's wrath when provoked. It represents the consequences of exploiting the environment, the anger and resistance that comes when the balance of the natural world is disturbed. In contrast, the gentle but powerful forest spirit, which can heal and create new life, represents the regenerative forces of nature, highlighting the potential for renewal if humanity can learn to live in harmony with the environment. The visual motif of the curse that spreads across Ashitaka's arm also plays an important symbolic role. As a physical manifestation of the conflict between the forces of nature and industrialization, the curse is both a personal affliction and a symbol of the broader destruction humans have wrought on the world. Ashitaka's quest to heal himself and ultimately break the curse parallels the larger struggle to heal the rift between the two opposing forces. Sound and music in Princess Mononoke. The music and sound design of Princess Mononoke are integral to the film's emotional resonance and thematic depth. Joe Hisaishi, the composer behind many of Miyazaki's films, crafted a score that blends traditional Japanese instruments with sweeping orchestral arrangements, creating a soundscape that is both distinctly Japanese and universally evocative. The score, a reflection of the film's themes. Hisaishi's score plays a vital role in expressing the film's emotional highs and lows. The music is sweeping and majestic during scenes of nature, emphasizing the grandeur and beauty of the natural world. In contrast, the music becomes more ominous and dissonant when focusing on the human-built world, particularly Iron Town. The tension between these two musical motifs mirrors the film's central conflict, reinforcing the ideological clash between human progress and the preservation of nature. For example, the main theme of Princess Mononoke is haunting and melancholic, evoking the sense of tragedy that pervades the film. This theme is often associated with the natural world and the spirits of the forest, evoking a sense of reverence for the beauty and fragility of the environment. In contrast, scenes of industrialization and human violence are accompanied by darker, more forceful music, suggesting the disruptive and destructive forces that humans can unleash upon the world. The film's music also heightens the emotional impact of key scenes, such as the tragic deaths of key characters or the moments of spiritual transcendence. In these moments, the score swells with emotion, guiding the audience through the emotional complexity of the narrative and reinforcing the film's exploration of life, death, and rebirth. Sound design, immersion in the world of the film. Beyond the score, the sound design of Princess Mononoke further enhances the film's atmosphere. The sounds of the forest, the rustling of leaves, the calls of birds and animals, the flow of water, create an immersive environment that invites the viewer to experience the world of the film as if they were physically present. This natural soundscape contrasts with the mechanical sounds of Iron Town, such as the clanging of metal and the rhythmic pounding of the ironworks. The juxtaposition of these sounds highlights the tension between the two worlds and reinforces the thematic divide between nature and industrialization. The voice acting in the film also contributes to its emotional depth. The performances are nuanced, capturing the inner struggles of each character. The voices of the forest spirits are ethereal and haunting, while the human characters convey a wide range of emotions, from defiance and anger to compassion and sorrow. The use of sound in Princess Mononoke is integral to conveying the complex emotional landscape of the film, drawing the viewer deeper into its world. Symbolism in Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is rich in symbolism, with visual motifs, characters, and even certain objects carrying deeper meanings that enhance the film's themes. The film's symbolism is rooted in Shinto beliefs, Japanese folklore, and universal themes of ecological balance, conflict, and redemption. The forest spirit and the cycle of life and death. The forest spirit, one of the central figures in Princess Mononoke, embodies the concept of life, death, and rebirth. It is a godlike being capable of healing and creating life, yet it also brings death when killed. This duality reflects the cyclical nature of existence. Death is not an end, but a transformation that leads to new beginnings. The forest spirit's ultimate sacrifice and its impact on the forest's fate suggest that renewal and destruction are inextricably linked, a concept deeply embedded in Japanese spirituality and Shinto beliefs. The image of the forest spirit is highly symbolic. It is depicted as a massive, ethereal creature with a stag-like body and a glowing, human-like face, representing the divine essence of nature. Its connection to both life and death underscores the balance that exists in the natural world and the inherent power of the environment to both nurture and destroy. This balance is also reflected in the relationship between the forest gods and the human characters, who must learn to coexist with nature rather than seek to dominate it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.